Dude, I love your car. Tell me a little bit about your car. What's your name, first of all?
I'm Blue Holbert from Gainesville, Florida, and this is my 61 Impala.
Man, car's gorgeous. So I see you got a plaque in the back. What club are you part of?
Dedicated Central Florida. It's just a club I started almost 20 years ago now, just a group of buddies and stuff, and since then we've gone our separate ways, and now it's just my family in the club now.
I love it, man. So talk to me about this 61. This car is gorgeous.
Yeah, so I actually, when I got back into being able to afford a car, I wanted a nice one that I didn't have to do any work to. So I bought the nicest one I could afford, and what I felt like was the best deal. And the goal was to not do anything to it at all. And since then I've gone through the entire car and done a full frame wrap, transmission, rear end, hydraulics, interior a couple times. And we're constantly working on the car, doing different stuff to it.
Dude, I love the car. What do you got for a drivetrain in this?
So it's got a Jegs 350 with aluminum heads and a cam in it, nothing special, just something off the 700 R4, and it's basically right off the crate. We've done a little bit of upgrade since then as we're just working on the car, and something fails, we have to buy a new part, and whether it be an alternator or updating the brakes to work with the full frame on there.
So I love the color combo on this. Tell me a little bit about the color on this car.
So this color was originally an accessory color for 61 that year. Very few cars were actually ordered this color. This one was a darker green originally with the trim package, or the trim in here was the lighter color that it is now. And the car was actually painted out in Texas. Paul's Paint and Body, Paul Padilla out there. Feel like they did a pretty good job on it.
Now I noticed that you did this car not the traditional white top, you went triple teal. You got teal on the roof, teal in the molding, and a teal interior.
Yep.
Was this something that you wanted to do a little different for your car?
So originally we did gray Ciadella factory interior in here, and I just didn't love the color. The interior was perfect, and it just didn't match the car the way I wanted it to. So we called Gina up and got another color made, and basically the same exact interior in a 59 turquoise color, and that matched the car a lot more.
What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Perfect weather, huh?
It is.
How are you?
Good.
So Blue, you got hydraulics on this.
Yes.
Tell me about your setup. It's so gorgeous. It's very sanitized, and you tie it up so nice with this Continental kit.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we started our frame originally, I think in 2020 for the car. Had Renee's shop from HydroWorks do the frame and suspension on it originally, and then it took about a year to get ready to be able to cut the car. Yeah, I brought the car down to a cut shop down in Tampa, Florida, and they pulled the car off the frame and did the motor and trans swap, and they built the battery pack, or the battery racks and the pump rack and everything. They wired the trunk and cut the car for me, and redid the stereo after that was done down here in Miami at McHugh's Auto Body, and we went with all Focal and Moscone amps in there, just to get a little bit more noise inside the car rather than it being in the panels and in the engine bay like most of these cars. Had to block the noise off and make it come out where we wanted it to for a good sound.
Awesome. Now, Blue, if someone wants to find you on social media, do you have an Instagram handle or
Yeah.
a Facebook handle?
Just Blue Holbert on Instagram. It's just my name, BLUE and HULBERT.
Dude.
And that's all I'm at is on Instagram.
And you came all the way from Gainesville to the USO Picnic here in Miami.
Yep,
And
6 hours north.
And how many, you've done this, what, 3 times, 4 times already?
Yeah, three times, yep.
And you're running on your bias fly right here. Blue, I love the car, bro.
Hey,
thank you for the
appreciate it, man.
interview.
Nice chat.
Dude, always. All right, man. love your car. Tell me a little bit about your car. What do we got here?
Well, we got a 1963 Chevy Impala, 350 engine, shade firewall, airbrush done by Roel. They got an airbrush in the front and the back done by Roel, hell of a guy. Got tropical glitz paint, of course, everywhere. Patterns on the roof, West Coast style. The airbrush over here, 4-pump setup, 6 batteries. Interior is done by Cinedella out in Cali. USO Car Club.
Oh, I was gonna tell you now. If we want to find you, what's your Instagram handle? What's your Facebook? How do people can find you on social media?
USO_family.
That's what's up, man. How long you've owned this car?
Oh, believe it or not, I've had it for about 15 years.
15 years. This
Yeah,
is not your first
10
car.
About 10 of them has been building it.
Oh, that's the real love for the game, man. Love it, bro. Gorgeous car, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So Pedro, talk to me a little bit about your car. What do you got? What's this behind you?
Well, it's a 1964 Chevy Impala SS. I've had it about 30 years.
30 years.
30 years, yeah, 30 years.
And you got, talk to me. This car looks gorgeous. What? I see a plaque. What car club you guys representing down here?
25th Street Riders,
Where's that chapter located?
Hollywood, Florida.
That's what's up, dude. So you've had this car for 30 years. The paint looks phenomenal. What do you got in the back? I see you got some juice in the back.
Yeah, I got some hydraulics. It was built by a Martian, put in by Alvaro, TG Miami. It's a simple setup, lay and play. What do I got? A whammy tank, Hoppos, end caps, 4 dumps. Simple setup.
Bro, tell me, you have so much on the car. I love the shade of blue. I see some pinstriping. Who did the paint work for you on this car?
Oh,
Is this fresh paint?
The paint work was done by Keone. He's up in Seattle, Washington now. He used to live here. Yeah, and you know, we went with a little different design on the top since I was more like an OG guy, like keeping it simple. So, you know, just went, you know, a little tropical glitz on the top, you know, so.
You wanted that timeless look?
Yeah.
Dude, the car sits perfect. You have it right. I love the molding and the interior. You just have a beautiful tuck and roll. What was your inspiration when you were building this car?
I don't know. I'm into lowriding, man. I've been into lowriding since I was 15 years old. So every car that I have to have has to sit low, you know?
Dude, I've known you for a minute, bro.
Yeah.
So this is you've had the car for 30 years. What version of this car is this? Is this the second version, the third version? Because I met you and the car looked one way, now it looks different.
Oh, it's probably the 4th version. This car used to be white when I got it. So it's nothing like the way it was when I first got it. So, you know, I mean, you know, slowly but surely, you know, starting, you know, increasing the, you know, the design and everything, you know. So.
Wait, what do you have for an engine on this car, man?
That's a 327. You know, has a couple of chrome spots in there. Yeah, if you want to check it out.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
If people want to find you on social media,
Well, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's elpepe64.
that's what's up, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, homie.
Thank you, man.
Always, Augie, a pleasure. Eddie, what do you got behind you? This is your ride, bro?
81 Buick Regal.
81, but what's up with this front clip? You guys changed it out?
Yeah, it's an 85 front, yeah. We did, we got an LS swap in it. We converted it to a convertible now too. It's a hopper, street car, little 50 inches, you know.
Who wrapped the frame now? Tell people who your old man is.
My dad, Willie, Hoppers Hydraulics, right here in Miami, right by Reds, yeah. And me and my dad, we wrapped it and did the suspension and all that. So if you need some, let me know.
Now, I see you got the M. What club are you representing, bro?
Majestics.
Majestics Miami
Yes, sir,
chapter?
Big M.
Oh, let's not even forget, who painted the car for you, bro? Because I know this is Tropical Glitz.
It is Gio and Claudio painting the car for me.
Gio and Claudio got down, that's awesome. Yo, the car is gorgeous. Man, congrats, much love, dude. Talk to me, bro. Love your car. What do you got behind you, man? Who are you? What are you doing? What's the deal?
Oh, Willie from Majestics, Miami shop. Had this car from 97 probably.
Well, your Regal.
85 Regal.
Now, this Regal's a little different. I see you chopped the top on it.
Yeah.
Got convertible. How many pumps you got on this thing?
2 pumps.
2 pumps? Tell me, who did the hydraulics on your car?
I did the hydraulics.
You did the?
Yeah.
But you have a shop, right?
Yeah, I got a shop.
What's the name of your business?
Hoppers Hydraulics.
Aquí in Miami. Now, how many inches you putting on this bad boy?
About 73, 74.
73, 74 inches?
Yeah.
And with a 2-pump setup?
Yeah, just one for the front, one for the back.
That's good, bro. Awesome, man. What do you got for an engine, brother?
Got stock 3.8
Man, and how long how long you've owned this car?
since 97.
Since 97. Willie, I love the car, bro. I love the colors. Now, you got this car painted a few years ago. What do you got for color on this?
We got all Tropical Glitz products on it.
How long is this? This car's been painted for what?
3 or 4 years, bro.
3 or 4 years. I remember this. Tropical Glitz and then Euro Clear on top, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the car. I appreciate it, dude. Yo, I love your car. What do you got going on, bro?
So I have a 1947 Chevy Fleetline, but the thing about this car is it's a little special because it is what they consider a country club Fleetline. So back in 1948, they had a lot of cars in those days that had wood options like the Fords, the Chryslers. Chevy really didn't have that option, so there was a company that created a wood kit that you could add to these cars, and it was actually a dealership option that you could actually purchase at the dealership, and the dealership would install it. It was super rare because it was really expensive. I think this car was about $1,400 new, and the kit was about almost $200 just for the kit. So not too many of those were actually put onto cars, and specifically they would go onto coupes normally. So there wasn't many Fleetlines that actually had the country club kit. So it's a really rare car. This one's a little special too because it's a 2-time Antique Automotive Club of America Senior Award-winning car. So it's got a national first prize, and it also has a Grand National, and it's also a junior and senior VCCA Vintage Chevy Club of America award-winning car. So it's pretty rare.
So what do you
very,
got
very nice.
For the engine? You got your traditional 6-in-line?
Yeah, so that actually is the original 216, and that actually is the original motor with the car, and it's got 40,000 original miles.
Oh, it's
Yeah, so
immaculate. And then you have the
this
wood.
car, yeah, the wood kit has been, at some point it was refurbished, but this is an actual wood kit from factory. It's a documented car. This car had gone through a restoration, so there'd been some stuff that was done by the previous owner, a lot of mechanical stuff. They stripped the whole front end, so the whole front end is rebuilt. The entire undercarriage has all been, primed and shot, so it's all nice and, pretty on the bottom. They redid the wood grain. They redid the Hampton coach interior. So, a real interesting story about this wood grain. There's a guy named Bob Kennedy that was doing wood grain that was very, he was probably one of the best in the industry, and he unfortunately passed away. So it's pretty cool to have that type of wood grain in your car from Bob Kennedy. So it's just a real nice, fun car.
How's the trunk on this car? I mean, this car looks immaculate. Your chrome looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was like just really, really well maintained.
Well, that's a great accessory right there. What was that?
That's, so what that is that's just a factory fold down or a pull down, what they call it, bumper guard. So you literally you kind of have to pull it down to be able to open up the trunk, to clear the trunk. But everything on this car was brought back to original. But before it was even restored, it was actually a really nice original car. It's kind of cool. This is like a little plaque that the older gentleman made. So she already had a name when I got her. Her name was Cece.
No, this car is gorgeous. Now, you own a couple of cars, and your thing is, Matt, if people wanted to find you, what's your Instagram handle so everybody knows?
So my Instagram handle is a little tricky. I mean, we could tag it, but it's La Flama Blanca.
Ah, La Flama Blanca.
So you can see all my cars on there.
We're going to tag it. Now, this is just one of your cars. You own, how many cars do you currently own right now? Because you love, you worked on my 1950 Pontiac, and you really know these cars. Yeah. How many cars you currently have now in your collection?
So I currently have 3 cars. So I have a 1951 Chevy Fleetline that was the same caliber as this, but we actually took it a different level. So I airbagged it, 2-linked it. It lays frame all the way around. I have it a little bit more lowrider style. So I have 30 spoke Kragers on it, and 520. So it's more of like a lowrider style with like rabbit ear antennas. And then I also have a 1957 Chevy Bel Air convertible, but that's a unique one too because it's a fuelie car. And the only one in the teal blue that I know of in existence, and they only made 68 of those.
We gotta check out your 57, man. You think you got time to talk about your 57? All right, let's go.
Let's go.
So tell me a little bit. This is your 57, right?
Yeah. So this is my 57. I think the cool thing about this car is it's probably one of the most iconic cars ever when it comes to classic vehicles. If you see like advertisements or you ever think about old cars, they usually use the figure of a 57 convertible all the time, and especially in this color. But what's unique about this car is it is a fuel injected car. So in 1957, Chevy decided to experiment and add a Corvette style. They had this motor in a Corvette. So they decided to experiment and start adding it to passenger cars. It was a super expensive option. So they didn't add too many of them, especially because the convertible was so expensive. There was only about 68 fuel injection units added to 1957 Chevys, Chevy Bel Air convertibles. And this one, I had an old timer tell me this might be one of the only ones in existence in the teal blue with the full fuel injection unit. So it's a really rare car.
Now, this is all original, you were saying, right?
Yeah, so they restored this car back to original. They did a frame-off nut and bolt restoration, and they did it right. They pulled all the panels off, redid all the bolts. They did the firewall, did the door jambs, trunk. So, and then they also red oxide the floor. All the stainless has been polished. All the chrome was all triple-plated, brand new. Everything was done back to original factory OEM. This car only has 1,800 miles on the frame-off restoration. So it was a real special car. I was lucky to find it. I mean, even if you look at it, all the components for the jack are all powder coated, and so it's a real. It's also got the Continental kit, which was an accessory. So it's got all the stuff that counts. And the interesting thing on this car is it's more desirable with the 3-speed on the column model. So this is like a 3-speed on the column, so it's kind of like the hot rod of its day. So it does have a lot of power. It had the most power for any Chevrolet passenger car in 1957. So this had the most horsepower. And it's got all the original interior, all that great stuff.
I can't even ask you a question because I'm speechless. This car's so gorgeous, bro.
It's beautiful, man. It's a good one. We, we're real lucky to have her.
Matt, let me tell you, I love what you do, bro. I know you love this for the game. You stay here in Miami, Florida. Well, you're here in South Florida.
Yeah.
But your collection of classic cars, bombs, and your knowledge of cars are phenomenal, man. I give you credit, dude.
Appreciate
and
that.
I know you drive these cars, bro. Enjoy it, dude.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to have you on our podcast real soon, man.
Brother.
And now, I heard you said you got something in the works. What do you got in the works? Because you said something. You want to tell the people you got something in the works? You want to keep it on the DL?
No, we can talk about it. So I'm actually, I mean, you're one of the ones that inspired me, but I'm looking to we're in January, we're getting the ball rolling. We're going to start our own podcast.
That's what's up. What do you got going on? What's your idea? What's your vision for the podcast?
I think when it comes down, it's kind of cool, right? I mean, obviously I love cars, but one of the things I've always kind of been passionate about is like just helping not only people grow as human beings, but men in general. Just fortifying yourself. Just a group of men to have great conversations about how they could be better, how they could, not only kind of raise everybody up around us, but just try to change your generation. I feel like that's important. So it's going to be about that, about like overcoming struggle, talking about our passions and how we got there. I worked my butt off for the last 20 years to get to a position where I could do this. I was very strategic about it. I actually, I would buy and sell cars just to get to a point so I could kind of level up. And I was able to, do pretty good at that over the years and just kind of pass on knowledge and information. So I don't want to say the name of it yet because, it's going to be that's the secret part.
I love it, dude. I love it. And I'm glad that we're able to motivate. And I hope I could be a guest because I got to have 100%. You in my shop and we got to talk cars, bro, because you really know what's up, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Absolutely, bro.
So next car show, right?